Welcome back to Local 4 Live. It's 8:30 here on your Monday morning. If you're listening to us in your car, that means you're probably stuck in rush hour traffic, and some of you could be on I-96 this morning, along with our own Karen Drew. She's been taking us through the spots that you are most likely to have a crash over on 96. About 30 minutes ago, we showed you the fourth worst spot for crashes that are on the I-96 Express to Southfield Freeway interchange. That's what that one was. Karen is now going to show us the third worst spot along 96. And Karen, I was curious, did any of these numbers surprise you in terms of the locations of the most likely to have a crash at?
Okay, so the city spots did surprise me. 4 and 3, those two zones are in the city. We're coming up right now if you want to take a look right now. This is 96 and Greenfield, so we're talking about that stretch between Wyoming and Greenfield. This one kind of surprises me, only in the sense that it doesn't seem that tricky. But then when you really talk about and think about it, you've got those local lanes and you've got the express lanes, and this seems to be a continual problem. When you have that choice, folks are waiting to the last second to move over. So I want you to take a closer look at this third zone, the third spot you're most likely to get into a crash on I-96.
The third spot you're most likely to crash on I-96 between Greenfield Road and Wyoming Avenue. We broke down data from 2019 through 2023, and during that time, 10 people were killed in 6 different crashes. 4 men in their 20s were killed on Mother's Day in 2023 when they crashed into a bridge pillar. In another crash, a 21-year-old man was thrown from his vehicle after it went airborne. In 2020, a man in his 30s also thrown from his car after driving up a grass embankment and then rolling the car. So why does this area see more crashes?
Somebody doesn't realize their exit is in the local, and here they are in the express, so they're going to try to get over type of thing.
Out of the 757 crashes reported, nearly 47% were single vehicle crashes. Nearly 56% of crashes happened in the eastbound lanes. Most crashes occurred on a Sunday, and July was the month that saw the least amount of crashes.
And I have to say, as we come back live here on I-96 traveling westbound, we're coming up to that Southfield exchange. That's the 4th highest spot to see zones. It was weird on that third zone that Sunday saw the most crashes. Typically it's weekdays, but that's why it's kind of interesting to take a close look at the data, because it is interesting in terms of when these crashes occur. I will say most of them do typically occur in those afternoon hours more so than the morning, so you have to be careful of that drive. It's challenging. I was going to ask you, Nick, I know we're always driving all around in terms of covering stories. How do you do on the I-96 stretch?
Fortunately, I haven't had any issues, but I will say that does make a little sense there, because sometimes when you have that separation of express lanes versus local lanes, especially if you're not from the area, you don't quite understand where you need to be, and then when you realize, sometimes it's too late and there's kind of a panic mode sets in. I did want to ask you, Karen, the numbers that you're digging into, I know that wasn't easy. Can you take us behind the scenes a little bit of how you were compiling things and trying to understand which area is the worst?
Well, I mean, we use some numbers from the Michigan Department of Transportation, and obviously they keep track. Michigan State Police have their police reports too as well, so there's a compilation of numbers there. But yes, we did. We went through, and it's tedious, but it was one of those conversations that we were having, saying, we drive these roads, where do we need to be pay more particular attention. So taking a look at where the crashes occur, the times of day, the directions, the type of crashes. We made charts up on all of those topics. And I know you're going to talk a little bit about that because we've got that on ClickOn. We have actually 2 investigations. One's broadcast, which we're sharing with you right now, showing you the visuals, but we did a digital breakdown where you can really dive into and see exactly where these numbers go. And then we did it over 5 years. We didn't want to just do 1 year because somebody might say, oh, there was a construction project, or oh, that was a bad winter, or weather. So we thought over 5 years we had some good numbers, and when you at least have this information, you can be better prepared when you drive.
Yeah, and the fact that the Sunday it seems to be an anomaly to me, but that's what the numbers say.
That is for this one particular zone, though. That was just the 96 and between Greenfield and Wyoming. It was Sunday, but all the other ones tend to be during the weekdays, and they tend to be around that 4 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But also, the morning time also is another time that's why we're airing this in the morning, because everyone, is driving during this time. Right now, I want to let you know, I'm no traffic reporter, but it's a smooth drive right now on I-96 coming up to Outer Drive. We don't have any major backups. I feel like I'm a Darnell for a moment.
Yeah,
but,
don't jinx it, though. Don't jinx it.
I know, right? When we come back, I'm gonna tell you the number 2 spot. It's not in the city. We're gonna head to the suburbs, and we'll reveal that at 9 o'clock.
Okay. All right, Karen, thank you so much. Well, Karen and the investigative team did a deep dive as she was talking about any of that data. All of it has been compiled online for you. If you scan the QR code right now, it's going to take you to clickondetroit.com, where you can get the breakdowns of the types of crashes, the worst times of day, and the days with the most crashes. And by the way, we can show you the live drive of Karen's camera all morning long. You can see right there.